Hi, CHW Hub. It's me, Nurse Sarah, and I'm coming to you today to talk a little bit about sun protection. Just as a note, I will be doing another video in a few weeks to talk about heat stroke and heat exhaustion. That is a lot of information just on its own, so I wanted to make that its own video. But today we're going to talk about protection from the sun so that we can protect ourselves and so that we can talk to community members about it at our events this summer. Manuel is amazing, and he was able to secure sunscreen that we can pass out to community members at our health fairs. And I think that that's going to be a really good talking point. Um, I would argue that we've had exceptional weather in Chicago for mid-April, and maybe you've already gotten to go outside and go to the park or the beach or just sit outside while you're working. Spending time outside is a great way to get exercise, to socialize, and to get that much needed vitamin D that we're so desperate for in the warmer months, especially in the Midwest. Vitamin D is helpful for boosting mood, for controlling infections, and for reducing inflammation. Um, but it's also important that we protect our skin from the sun to reduce the risk of skin cancer. Um, the sun emits UV rays or ultraviolet rays, and those can damage our skin. So, just a few tips that we can use for ourselves and for community members. Number one, sit in the shade when you're outside, whether that be an awning, a tent, an umbrella, um, whatever you got. Try to sit in the shade if you're outside, especially in the middle of the day between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. That's when you're going to have the highest risk for getting sun damage. Wear broad spectrum sunscreen with an SPF of at least 30 or higher. Now, it's important to note with this that infants under 6 months old, it's not recommended that they wear sunscreen. So, for the most part, keep infants out of the sun as much as you can and use sun protective clothing if they have to be out in the middle of the day. Another tip for protecting yourself from the sun is to wear a wide brim hat that goes all the way around so that it can protect your face, your chest, your ears, and the back of your neck from the sun. And wear sunglasses. Your eyes need protection from the sun too, to reduce the risk of cataracts. And now a couple of things, just clarifying myths that you may have heard. Did you know that your skin still needs protection from the sun all year round, even on cool or cloudy days? So even after the summer, in the fall or the winter, I know we're not spending as much time outside, but the sun can reflect off of snow and ice, and still poses a risk to us and to our skin. You still need to wear sunscreen even when you're wearing cosmetics with SPF. A lot of the cosmetics that we use and skincare products that may say that they have an SPF are not as effective as wearing sunscreen itself. Most dermatologists recommend a mineral sunscreen um, that you can buy over the counter, or you can buy online. People with darker complexions are still at risk for skin damage from being in the sun and can still receive enough UV exposure to develop skin cancer. So, folks with darker complexions still need to wear sunscreen when they're out in the sun. And last myth, you cannot stay in the sun longer if you're wearing a higher SPF. Regardless of the SPF, you should still reapply sunscreen every 2 hours, after swimming or sweating a lot, or after towel drying. That's it, guys. That's the whole clinical update. Um, If you want more information, feel free to click any of the links that I've included in the newsletter. But otherwise, have a wonderful rest of your week. And as always, stay well.